It's your girl L Beasley, and I'm with my sister, my best friend, the best to ever do, my PLL partner in crime, Shavana.
Hey, what's up?
You said that's me.
That's me.
That's me. And you know what? I think we are still coming down from this Pretty Little Liars finale. Not just because the finale for us was so good, but because it was the last of one. I mean, this is it, at least for a while. You know, we may get a 5-10 year reunion one day, might get a movie, you never know. We might get some spin-offs. But
that'd be great. I would enjoy a spin-off more so than like a movie. I don't know, that's just me.
I'm fine. I just would love to see this entire cast back. I prefer a series. But if I got a movie, I would be okay too.
Yeah.
So, but I enjoyed the finale. Did you enjoy the finale?
I did. It was the perfect way to end something. So, what is the word I'm looking? So attached to me, or that means so much to me. It's a part of my life. It's what I grew up watching. You know, it was my Young and the Restless.
I like the way you do that. That was my Young and the Restless.
It was every Tuesday. Only Young and the Restless like every day.
But I know what you mean.
Still, it was my soap opera, and it's really sad that it's over.
You know, I feel you. I feel the same way. Even though I wasn't the 7-year long haul, I feel like I'm losing a part of myself. Even though I just found this show kind of in the new year, it still was just kind of like, wow, this has kind of been like, I hate to say it, this has kind of been a main focus of mine beyond my regular, you know, life.
Right.
You know, it's been a kind of a main thing. Like, you know, I'm constantly looking forward to every Tuesday. I couldn't wait. I was looking.
Well, thank God I still have The Flash.
Yeah, you still have The Flash. I still have a couple of shows. They're not back till the fall, but you know, I'll find something to preoccupy my summer. But yeah, I feel you.
I've already watched like The Flash seasons all over.
Oh, okay.
In like 2 weeks in Arrow, so.
Okay, well, see, I'm probably just gonna, for now, I think I want to go back to PLL a little bit and kind of.
I can do that too.
I think that's.
I think when they release the DVD, I'll just watch it all.
Okay, I feel you.
Let's do that.
We'll do that together. And even though we're very emotional about the ending, I think we're also emotional and very so the good way about the AD reveal, because bitch, we were right.
Yes,
we told you. We said it was gonna be a twin. If you guys haven't been following us since the beginning, we actually started doing these videos maybe about a couple weeks before the final 10 episodes actually aired. So we did this big whole video about who we thought AD could be. We had like at least 3 different people for on both our sides. And if you remember, we actually both said Spencer's twin was kind of our top pick, and then we had other people that we said could have been it, like Melissa, like Ren, like characters we had completely forgot about. But we have always been big on, for one, twins being involved in the final AD story.
Because it just makes sense.
And then we've always been huge on a Spencer twin, mainly because of a lot of the clues that we found out were true. So I love the flashbacks with Spencer.
Yes. When she was like, I already did.
I was like, yeah, and when
I was like, well, when? Because I need to know.
I think we guessed again, we'll put these links in the description so you guys can go back and check it if you need to go, if you don't believe us. But we haven't said
the only time we were wrong was we thought Spencer was the one with the book,
looking through the book. Yeah, looking through the
We thought that was her. Because of the pink top, because we were like, why would she wear the same pink top?
Exactly.
And honestly, I think I said, well, maybe she just threw something on.
Right.
Which the twin possibly could have.
Thrown
something on.
Yeah, but that was the only one we didn't guess. The bigger one for me has always been the Hannah dream sequence. I never believed that was a dream, just because for me it was just like, you don't remember her without bangs. That just seemed too weird.
Then she said AD.
And yeah, she said AD, the way she questioned Hannah in the dream. It was like Dream Spencer would have known the answers to all these questions already. It's just never, that was the biggest hint for me, was the Hannah dream sequence. And that turned out obviously not to be a dream, it turned out to be Spencer's twin. And then after that, I was very happy to find out that Spencer, because I did not like Spencer asking Toby for one last kiss. And I did not like Spencer sleeping with Toby at the cabin. That made me
at the hotel.
Or at the hotel.
Even though it was a year jump, but it was just how it was just awkward.
Yeah, I know. And so for me, it made me feel good to know that the cabin, the last kiss before him and Yvonne were technically supposed to be driving off and leaving Rosewood, were not Spencer. Because if you guys remember in previous videos, I had been kind of like, if that was Spencer, I'm pissed.
She was disappointed.
I was disappointed.
I was like, well, I'll be okay with it because it's Spencer. But
I would have got over it, but I just didn't want Spencer.
But the thing is, if you think back, Toby was actually going to text Spencer.
Yeah, he was.
And he didn't. So just imagine if he sent her that text and she'd be like, and he said something about the kiss and she'd be like, what are you talking about?
Right, well, I think that's always been the thing, is none of these things have ever really been discussed, but I think that's because Toby has always kind of been in and out of Rosewood recently, and that she's had her own issues. But it just made me feel good, because it wasn't that I didn't like Spencer, because I love Spencer. Everybody knows I'm a huge Spencer fan. It was just the fact that I just really dislike the fact that Spencer, when she's kind of down in the dumps, they tend to write her to go from man to man, even if it's a kiss, whether it's a kiss, a make out, sex.
Her and Emily's characters are similar. when it comes to like when they're down
Yes.
and out. They make them depend on other people.
Exactly.
That's one thing I always hated.
Yeah, and I mean,
So,
and I
I
understand
agree.
a part of it's realistic because there are girls out there like that. I just never liked that for Spencer after a certain point because it was kind of like constantly, okay, guys, let's kind of get her out of this groove. If her and Toby are going through something, she kisses him or she kisses this guy, she goes out with this guy. It was kind of like, can we just sometimes let her be single? And it made me feel good to know after Marco, she didn't do anything inappropriate. She wasn't asking Toby for a kiss before she got with Marco because that would have been after Caleb, before Marco. And I always thought that was rude because if the roles reversed, I think if you were Yvonne, you would have been pissed. So
Yeah.
I always appreciate that was not her. And then when she slept with Toby, I wanted to believe that, that wasn't her. Because I'm like, you have to know at this point, Spencer, especially talking to him at the bar, he's probably mentally not in a place right now where he would even know what this means. And
Right.
even though he is just as equally responsible because he's agreeing to this act,
Yeah.
you also are partially responsible because you're actually initiating and everything like that. So it made me feel good to know that that was not Spencer. And that Spencer pretty much since Marco has been single.
Yes.
Has been handling herself in a way that I thought she should have been handled years ago. So that made me feel good. And it turned out it was Alex.
Yeah, I'm completely so much in agreement with you because that's one thing me and you kind of went back and forth on just a little bit, not like a tick for tat, but it was just something I was like, well, I wouldn't mind if she went back to Toby, but we would need to see his timing and breathing, and she did.
Yeah.
The only time she really went to Toby's when Alex told her, hey, go see a friend.
Yeah, exactly. So it made
and
I was fine with that.
Yeah, and then of course she was there when Yvonne died. I'm so glad they didn't give that moment to Alex.
Yeah, I didn't think that they were. I wasn't too worried about that. The main things I was more so were the scenes we talked about, the dream scene sequence, all the Toby scenes that we constantly question, like, whoa, is that you? Those were the main scenes that I was kind of curious about, and they got confirmed to be Alex. And I thought, a lot of people have mixed feelings about the twin theory. Again, I think for us, the only thing I really wanted was maybe for this twin to be involved years ago. Like,
that's what
we
like I really wanted Alex to pop in and out of Rosewood here and there, especially when we thought, wow, Spencer's really out of character at this point. Those moments. And either way, great reveal. And,
it was a great reveal.
And honestly, I would want her to come back when Charlotte decided to play the game again. So that would have been fun to see, like Charlotte bring back Alex and them just do like this whole sister thing. And it's something that someone Charlotte trusted.
Absolutely.
So it would just been fun to have two people, and then obviously Sarah Harvey was involved. So that's like three people. I just don't know. I thought it would have been a little bit more epic. But I mean, I like how it all came out, and it was great.
Yeah, no, I think it was great. And I think the reason it was great, and I've said this 1,000 times, I'll continue to say it as many times as I want. Troy Bellisario is the best actress on the show.
Tell us how you really feel.
I know you like that, huh? You like that? Yes.
Shirts. We need to make them.
We do. Somebody send me a Troy Bellisario shirt.
Yeah. Just plaster little faces. All over.
That is totally fine.
She'll wear it.
I really will. But no, I think Troy Bellisario is the best actress on the show, and everybody has grown as actors and actresses on the show. And I think somebody like Shay Mitchell and Tyler Blackburn, this was really their first big acting jobs as actors, playing Emily and Caleb respectively. So to see them grow as actors and actresses has been great. When I think of Janelle Parrish and Sasha Peterson, who I think are probably right there in that top 3 for me, right under Troy, it's amazing. Jimmy Mona's great because of Janelle Parrish. Sasha has grown, and to be the youngest as far as this cast is concerned and see her grow has been amazing. Ashley Benson, Lucy Hale, Ian Harding, all these guys have grown right in front of our eyes. When I think about Troy Bellisario, especially when you hear about how much she's involved behind the scenes, in the writer's room, talking to the producers, constantly talking to Marlene King. Even Marlene King has said nobody approaches a script or a show like Troy, at least never anybody that she's worked with before, compared to the average person who walk in and knows their lines. Troy wants to know everybody's lines. Troy has, I like to think of, a director's mind, a producer's mind, a writer's mind, and an actor's mind. And I think that's where the greatness comes, in my opinion.
She is a walking talent.
She is. So I thought she did a phenomenal job, and that was part of the reason I really loved the Alex reveal. Some people have been making a big deal about the accent as well. Again, it was not supposed to be, if you looked at any interviews that she's done since the actual finale, she said it wasn't supposed to be the true British accent. She's not supposed to sound like Ren. She's not supposed to sound like Archer. She wanted it to have its own unique sound because she's not as polished as Ren or Archer was. Her whole thing was, I kind of grew up on the streets. I kind of had to learn for myself, or at least Alex did. So her mindset was, I don't want her to sound as polished. She has to have this kind of weird, different Eastern London sound compared to more so the British polished sound that we got used to with Ren. So I thought, again, if anybody didn't like the reveal, it's totally fine. You're entitled to your opinion.
Definitely.
But I just thought,
before you judge and say I didn't like this part, they break down almost every single thing. They hit almost every word about the show in interviews or online, and we're very much invested because we're not going to give you these videos not knowing what the hell we're talking about.
Exactly.
Just with, like I said, I believe she said she found out 2 years ago.
Yeah, she found out 2 years ago.
It took her a year to really nail down her personality and how she wanted Alex to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
I think we were talking one time and I was like, well, how could, if we go back, what are some things Alex did?
Yeah, and actually one of the things is and it's again, Shrine Bell, sorry, so freaking brilliant, because I did not catch it the first time. What Shrine would do is she would fidget when she was Alex with her fingers. If you guys know, Spencer does not fidget. She paces a lot. She drinks a lot of coffee. But she does not actually fidget. So she says Alex was supposed to be a nail biter. So a lot of times she had to catch herself when she was Alex and make sure she either would shake her hand and kind of fidget, or she would be close to biting her hand and would take it back down. And those were things that I didn't catch the first time, but as I went back after seeing these interviews with Troy, I caught. And again, it helps you decipher, like, wow, you really are making it seem like that is a different person. We just didn't catch it because either we weren't necessarily sure what to look for, or maybe if you were somebody who didn't believe in the twin theory, you weren't even looking for it at all. But I think, again, that's just those little moments right there are brilliant. And again, she makes me feel, and we've said all A's have made us feel some form of empathy for them at some point. Mona made us feel empathy, Charlotte made us feel empathy, and so did Alex. And it really comes back to the thing that it seems like everybody wants, which is this friendship bond, this sisterhood, this family that these girls have created, because that's constantly what it seems like Alex continues to make it about.
Mona tried to tear them apart, it just drew them closer. Charlotte tried to tear them apart. And even when she was like her reveal to Allie, she was like, all those things those girls said to you and how they treated you, and you're still this way. It made her so mad, and I'm like, so that was that bond, and she said she couldn't stay away from them because it was an addiction. And then with Alex really wanted what Spencer had because she never had it. And it goes back to when Spencer's in the hotel with Toby, and well, not when they're getting it on. The cabin.
Yeah, the cabin.
And she was like with the whole family that she never thought she wanted until she had it. And I feel like that was kind of like a mirror image. Yeah, because that's exactly what Alex wanted.
Yeah, and it's so funny because the parallels in these episodes are so amazing. And
I was think about
because when you think about the parallels of so many things. For one, Alex just wanted a family. This is like the third time we've heard somebody say this. Charlotte, for what we understood, always wanted this family. Allison has constantly said it, even in this whole, like, if you will, build up with Emily these last few episodes, has constantly said she wants a family. Even when she was confessing her love to Emily, it was like, I want to be a family. And it's always been about this, and always like, you guys think you need a family. Allison went about it the right way, as where Charlotte and Alex didn't, but it always seems to come back to this family. And then when you think about the parallels of, I think you texted me this when we were watching it, we've always laughed about how Mary would describe Jessica. I was born first, she was born jealous. We also now know, based on these flashbacks, Spencer was born first, and now you have Alex who was born second, and at one point became jealous. I love the parallel of basically like mother, like daughter.
Right?
Alex sleeps with Toby like Mary slept with Peter. And Mary pretended to be Jessica, Alex pretended to be Spencer when they did this. So, I mean, the parallels of this was so beautifully done as well. I think the only thing I really walked away from with this reveal, and not upset, but I wanted more of, is specifically the AD reveal and the Alex part, was I wanted more about her relationships with Charlotte, with Ren, and with Mary. With Charlotte, I was curious because with Charlotte, we finally got confirmation. We've always said we believe Charlotte knew about being a Drake a long time ago. And then we always wanted to know, how did that kind of affect her relationship with the Mary moving forward, and even a Jessica. And then we also wanted to know when it came to Alex, because now you find out you have this sister, but that also showed us, before you went back and put these girls in the dollhouse, you knew Allison wasn't your sister. You knew Spencer was. And yet you always had this obsession, at least back again when you were you had this obsession with Allison, not with Spencer. So I've always been curious about that. And then even in the flashback, she kind of constantly is telling, when, as you mentioned earlier, Alex wants to go to Rosewood with her to play the game, and she's like, no, I don't want you doing that. And she's like, are you sure you're not just keeping her for yourself? Because Alex's whole thing is, I want to meet my sister, I want to meet her. And she's like, no, the Hastings are toxic and this and that. And it's like, where are you getting the hate? What have the Hastings really done to you?
So I guess it basically Peter broke up her family.
I I guess, in a certain sense, but I'm saying that's all of us assuming. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We wanted more
answers with that. It was like, well, Charlotte, what is your problem? Because you seem to be obsessed with people who really aren't your brother, sister, or your mother. You love Jessica like your mother, in which makes sense.
Who put you back in Radley.
Right, because she raised you from what we could see, unlike Mary, but then Mary's your mother and you know this, but she still treats Jessica like she's your mother.
Right.
Allison is your cousin, not your sister,
but yet you more like Allison.
Yeah, and you seem to be more obsessive at the time when you were 8 about Allison, as where Spencer was just one of your regular dolls, as she said in the flashback. So it was just more. So I wanted to go deeper, not into just Alex and Charlotte's relationship, but I wanted to go deeper into what Charlotte kind of felt about this whole family that she had, because we know why she goes back. It's like, Mona, it's an addiction. I just want to go back. I want, it's addictive to control these people's lives. But I would have loved to see more flashbacks to really see them talk and get to know each other.
Yeah.
Same thing with Alex and Ren. I wanted to get a little bit more deeper into Ren's point of view in all of this, because we just don't really get a chance to see it. It seems like obviously he fell in love with her, but I would like to know, did you fall in love with Alex?
She like Spencer.
Or did you fall in love with Alex and hope that she can be Spencer? Now, according to Alex's flashbacks and talks with Spencer, her thing was he loved me as Alex, not as Spencer, which I thought was ironic, because most people would want that. You want him to fall in love with you, but her thing was, I was tired of being Alex. I want to be somebody else, and he wants to accept me as Alex.
It cracks me up because he's always said it, even said it to Spencer, so it cracks me up. He was like, seems like I fell for the wrong sister. And it's like, well, yeah, obviously. But then he meets the sister, the twin, and he's very taken back, as you can see in the flashbacks. And I mean, I guess it's kind of weird, like he's been with all 3 of the and
I even love the conversation when she's saying, I guess it's fair to say he does have a type, and she kind of goes down to this whole thing like, first Melissa, then you, then Melissa, then me. It was just kind of like he does have a type, and it's like, yeah, he definitely does. And I even like how she said when she hooked up with Ren, Melissa was dating a composer, so he was fair game, and it was kind of like, oh, so you're still cute. It was funny how she had this code of conduct, like, oh, he was fair game because Melissa wasn't with him. Like, so what, if she had been with him, you wouldn't have dated him? It was like she has this code, but then this code goes to hell when it comes to being Spencer. It was just an amazing, that was again the brilliance of this Alex character. Highly intelligent like Spencer, but just thinks a different way than Spencer. And obviously is a little bit more emotionally wrecked than Spencer. But I loved her. But I loved her. So it made me want to know more about.
I wanted more Alex.
Yeah, I wanted more Alex.
That's what I was telling you. I think I told you the other day. I was like, damn, I wish they kind of would have revealed Alex.
Right, and we're gonna get into that, because I think that's a big thing we felt about the reveal. I think the only other thing that Ren, and keep in mind for Ren, guys, there was supposed to be more scenes with him. A lot of people do not know that Ren was supposed to have way more scenes. That is Ren who went to go see Mona. Yep, that was Ren, because as she said, Ren came to see me, so people were wondering if that was true. Yes, Ren was supposed to be alive. We were actually supposed to see Ren's death. But we didn't get a chance to see Ren's death because they only had him for 1 day of shooting. They were supposed to have him for 2, but I guess another thing came up, so they only had Ren for 1 day, so they could not shoot his death scene like they planned. So they came up with this whole idea of, we're going to turn his ashes into a diamond and blah, blah, blah. But you were actually, because he was actually supposed to still be around this time. So like one of these errands that she was supposed to be running, you were supposed to be maybe seeing her actually kill Ren, because we knew at this point Ren was kind of like, okay, Alex, you have completely lost it. You got to stop. But we unfortunately didn't get a chance to see that, which was a bummer. But at the same time, I understand that's just sometimes the nature of the business. Julian Morris is not a main character on this show. He's a supporting actor. So he comes in when he can and when his schedule permits it. So that was to be understood. And I think the last thing I really wanted from this reveal, or more so in the flashbacks too, is I wanted to see more about her and Mary's relationship, because it seems like her and Mary have this very weird but yet intense bond. Kind of like Spencer. It confirmed what we thought. She's known about Alex for a while. Remember, we kept constantly saying that's where I think Mary has been. That's why she was at the blind school when Spencer got shot. We always said those things never made sense. So either she had
Alex shot Spencer.
Exactly, Alex shot Spencer, which we always thought that anyway. We were just
did she really reveal that she shot Spencer?
Yeah, she said that was her. She said that was her because when she was talking to when she was talking to Spencer about everything, she confirmed everything about how Jenna know all these people. So she blackmailed Sydney. Okay, because Sydney was stealing from the bank that she worked for. So her whole thing was more so I used Sydney.
And she fit the hoodie.
Jenna and her ended up linking together because Jenna wanted another chance to see. So because of course at this point Alex has all of Charlotte's money, has all of these, you know, different
from the
Kerosene group, and from what we understood a little bit more, because it seems like Charlotte may have had way more money put to the side. So she's supposed to be basically at this point pretty well off, which is why she's able to have this elaborate scheme, same way Charlotte was from the dollhouse. So we know she has Charlotte's money, so she basically, in a sense of Jenna was looking for her, she said, because she knew Jenna was looking for Alex at the time because she knew Charlotte had a sister. Jenna brought Noel in because she wanted Noel to find the sister. But then Jenna also wanted to, when she first finally met Alex, remember after Alex dragged her and all that, she basically ended up helping her in any way that she could because she wanted to see. So she actually said, I paid for Jenna to have another operation, but she's still blind as a bat, which is no use to me. So her whole thing was at this point, which explains a little bit more how maybe Jenna felt at this point. Maybe at this point she's realized how, you know, how she's done these girls and how much everybody has lost, which, you know, we'll talk about Jenna's role later, but yeah, I think that made more sense. So if you go back to that episode, she does explain a little bit more about how Sarah, Jenna, Noel, as well as Sydney are all kind of interlinked into her group, as well as Archer. But I just wanted to know more about Mary, because she didn't really go fully into Mary. She didn't go into when she met Mary officially. We know Mary found out about, you know, how her adoption went wrong and how she ended up being put in this orphanage. She ran away from that orphanage when she was 10, but it was just kind of like, when did you officially find her? And then what has kind of been your relationship? Were you originally on this side with her and then you kind of again backtrack, kind of like you did with Archer when you noticed what he was doing to Allison? Or had you been kind of with this the whole time? So I wanted more details about her and Mary's relationship, because it seemed very complex, but yet loving on Mary's side. Yeah. And I couldn't really tell. So I think those were the three relationships. The only real complaint I had about the AD reveal, as far as the flashbacks and everything, I just wanted a little bit more of her and Charlotte, a little bit more of her and Ren, and a little bit more of her and Mary.
I agree.
Right. And speaking of the AD reveal, I think the AD reveal, while we loved it, I think the main other complaints we had about the AD reveal, it's really not about AD per se, it's just more so a time issue with the show, was we wanted an aftermath of having to deal with now this fact that Alex Drake has been confirmed, not only as Spencer's twin, but has been confirmed as AD this entire time. I think,
which is so cute now that you think about it. AD Alex
Drake. I still wanted it to be Avery Drake, because that could have tied in back to what we said earlier. AD being around back for years, not just coming around. Because like we said, for us, we didn't want AD just to be around after Charlotte died, or to have been around when Charlotte was around. We wanted this twin to have known about Spencer for a long time. So when we went back to even some comments that her mother used to make, we never knew which one was coming to dinner. You or your evil twin. It's like, oh man, we could have tied that in. When she told Toby she ran away from home, she was like, yeah, her family didn't even really realize she was gone. It was kind of like, oh, it wouldn't have been a trip if that had been the twin and not Spencer. But that was the only other thing. But that we said, that was just more so a want, not a need. It wasn't like it was going to ruin the story if it wasn't. It was just would have been nice.
Definitely didn't.
No, it just would have been nice to be able to link it all back. Like every weird Spencer moment was not Spencer, maybe. Or maybe, you know, when all these different issues were going on, maybe it wasn't Spencer. Maybe it was actually Alex.
Like I said, I told you my point was I really wanted... For me, I wanted the Spencer twin to come up when she was going through her drug problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's when I wanted the twin to come up. But, I mean, it was cool.
No, like I said, it still was cool. Still was a great reveal. It was just more so after the reveal, we wanted more of an aftermath. One of the key things we really wanted was a Toby and Spencer scene. Because our thing was, we are kind of left in not limbo about their relationship, but we're kind of led to believe that they can work things out. After the wedding, we are kind of having this conversation with the girls, and you know, Allison confirms that basically Jason and Toby are going to be working together, maybe to build like these homes so they can get some homeless people off the streets, which are great. And it's going to be like in Philadelphia, which is right near Rosewood, or in Rosewood, so not in Rosewood, but right near Rosewood. So everybody's been kind of like, oh, okay, well that means that you guys maybe can kind of work this out. Arya makes the joke like, yeah, he's going to be sticking around town and getting back into your sheets, and they all kind of laugh, and they're like, I always like you, Emily says, I always like you two together. But it was just kind of like, after everything that has happened, we kind of needed to see a conversation that led us to believe, okay, maybe healing will start at this point. We're just kind of left to our own imagination, which we have vivid imagination, so we trust me, we can think up a whole fan fiction story.
I can honestly help Marlene. Just answer my letters.
Just answer her letters, Marlene. Please just answer her letters.
Because I'm going to tell you how this should have ended.
So I think we both agree. We just wanted, whether it had been a funny kind of moment between the two. I think you had a particular way. Maybe you said would have been funny.
With them walking out from the bunker, like, I guess there's a lot we need to talk about.
Right, yeah.
You know?
I would have appreciated maybe a scene where they kind of just talk. Because I do see Toby being who he is, would have probably apologized.
Definitely.
And would have been like, Spencer, I am so sorry. And I can see her being like, Toby, it's not your fault. this is not you, this is on her. You know, this is.
She knew you didn't.
Right, exactly. But I could also see it being kind of just like beginning of healing. We didn't need it to be this lovey-dovey moment.
No.
We didn't need it to lead.
We just need to.
I really want to be with you. I just needed it to be a thing of that led me to believe, okay, they at least are talking, and now we know the healing process is beginning. So now, yeah, when they have this conversation with the girls and they're joking and teasing her, like, yeah, Toby's gonna be staying in town, it makes a little bit more sense. Instead of it just being this random
Marlene,
jump.
That's all we wanted.
Because like me and Shavonda said, when we look back at this wedding, and it made sense because again, you're jumping in from the reveal right to the wedding. And we figure no more than a week has probably gone by between the reveal or the final moment in the bunker to the wedding, because you figure his family is still there, her family is still there, everybody doesn't live in Rosewood. So it makes sense that, okay, this wedding probably still took place within a couple days, at a week at the most. But in between that time, we should have probably had a Toby Spencer scene.
That's
just to give us, like we said, final conclusion, like he's sorry, she's sorry, but you know what, I really would like us to get to know each other again, or let's work on being friends again, or getting to know each other as, you know, the kind of these wounded people we are now.
Yeah, they're definitely damaged.
And I think even that should have led to a Spencer kind of just seeing not Spencer crumble, but seeing Spencer having to kind of deal with that, you know, the fact that all this happened. Not just with the girls. Like we said, the girls really don't get a reaction from all of this. You know, they obviously were shocked when they thought about a Spencer twin, like, are we really saying she has a twin? Then they go about their business, they go get their friend. But it's like beyond looking shocked when the two are fighting and looking at Toby like, what you gonna do with the gun, bro? Who you gonna shoot? It was kind of like, well, can we get a girl conversation, or like a sisterhood conversation with the girls, and they can kind of be there for Spencer? Because I feel like Spencer needed a breakdown moment. If she wasn't gonna break down with Toby, I feel like she needed to break down with her girls, with her friends, with her sisters, in a sense of like, I can't believe this, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sorry, when you said sisters, I was thinking about like her and Allison.
Oh,
they're like related.
Yeah, cousins. They're cousins. So
but they're very close because their mothers are twins.
Exactly. So to have this kind of moment with them would have been amazing. I think we also wanted a scene with kind of, we said this too, maybe having the parents be there too, because at this point, I think the parents needed to know Ezra did not leave Ari at the altar. He had been kidnapped. It would have been nice to see them kind of make sure, you know, obviously he's okay, but then just even seeing Veronica and Melissa's reaction to all of this, because like Spencer said, Spencer was finally in a happy place.
Definitely.
You know,
very peaceful.
Very peaceful.
Minding her own damn business.
Yeah, minding her business.
That's what I be doing.
You know, was going to law school full time, was a partner in her mother's law firm as a paralegal. Seeing to just finally be happy being Spencer and not stressing about this and stressing about that. And for once, she seemed to be working on herself and not trying to enter a relationship. So to now have the rug kind of pulled underneath and to find out all this madness happened because she was your twin and she kind of got the raw end of the deal, it was kind of like, I really wanted to see kind of Spencer break down, but I wanted to see everybody else kind of be there for Spencer.
Yeah.
Because we never really got that.
That's just like the hospital scene when she gets shot.
Exactly.
Like, that was one.
They did the 1 week jump, and it was just like, well, at this point, what? Everybody just forgetting that Spencer got shot?
And I'm, thinking like, can we just stop jumping?
Yeah,
so much. Like, can we give us some time? So I feel like maybe it shouldn't have been, the last 10 episodes. We could have stretched this out to a good 15.
We could stretch out a good 15. We could still do a season 8. I think the main thing was we just, like I said, the aftermath to me was so important. Before we get to this emotional goodbye, and which was lovely and very well done by the girls, it was just like, okay, you guys just jumped from this massive moment to I do's at the church. Like, wait a second, where is the reveal? I think the conversation with Toby and Spencer was important. The conversation with the girls was important, even maybe including their families. And I think that should have led to a conversation with Emily and Allison, finding out that Ren was the father of their baby.
Boom.
You know what I mean? Because we know at this point, we assume by the church moment, and even Shay Mitchell and Sasha Peterson had already confirmed in interviews that whatever the outcome for the baby was, it wasn't going to affect their relationship, which was fine. We never thought it would anyway.
Definitely.
But it was just letting them have a conversation, let them adjust to the fact that this is Ren's child, or these are Ren's children. I think
there's two.
Yeah,
it might look like there's two.
Right, they're Ren's children. It was just kind of like, can we have that? Where a point where we kind of have her or Spencer or whoever just kind of reveal like, yes, technically these children, we finally know the father. It's Ren. It doesn't have to be like, what? Oh my God, that's horrible.
But are we saying that Alex told Spencer that they were Ren's?
No, but I think it should have maybe come up in some way, shape, or form. I almost wanted it to, like maybe even if we didn't see Alex tell her, just kind of at some point come up. But I feel like we needed that reaction. It was just kind of like, we found out from a cast standpoint, we found out. I mean, from a fan standpoint,
I was say we weren't there.
Yeah, we found out from a fan standpoint.
You
know,
so invested, you added yourself in the credits.
I know. Then I girl. Hey, Marlene, just so you know, I am more than happy to be part of your writer, girl. But
go definitely answer the letters, girl.
But yeah, from the fan perspective, we learned. But I kind of wanted Emily and Allison to know. I don't think it would have changed anything, but just again for them to at least know who the father of their child is would have been key.
That would definitely went okay.
Yeah,
that definitely would have been okay.
That definitely would have been okay. And I think after that, the only other thing I kind of wanted a little bit more on was, as far as the aftermath of AD, was I wanted to hit on Mona. Its final moment, because I think a lot of people did not catch this.
I didn't.
Yeah, she said she did not told her after the fact. A lot of people, if you go back to the finale, Mona says she called 911. If you notice, only one male officer comes into the room and he arrests Alex and says, we'll take it from here, blah, 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 blah.
We caught Mary a couple blocks.
Yeah,
no, wait. So when me and her are talking before she caught it, I was like, where the hell did this guy come from?
Yeah.
And I definitely was like, where the hell did he come from? Who is this man? Why is... They show his face very... boldly.
Yeah, they showed his face very boldly.
Very boldly.
And I didn't even care about his face. It was the fact, first she said she called 911, and I'm like, there's no way one cop is showing up to this type of situation. Multiple cops are going to show up. I don't hear any sirens. I don't see any cops in the background. I see one cop. And I'm like, that's kind of weird, but I didn't think anything of it because I didn't expect them to end Mona in France having her own dollhouse with Mary and Alex. I didn't expect them to do that.
Either.
So when they gave me that scene, before they even go there, this guy comes into her now doll shop in France
and they're showing his face and they're very boldly.
Yeah, they're showing his face, and if you go back, it is the same guy who allegedly arrested Alex. So that makes sense, because it never made sense to me originally at the first time. Like, how the heck did you get them out of jail, and how are they in your dollhouse in France of all places?
And that's another thing I asked you before you went back and checked it, and then so she sat me down again, she goes, that was the cop.
That was the cop.
Boyfriend was the cop, and I was like,
so I would have liked to know a little bit more about that. But like, is this somebody she has been with for some time now, and maybe we just didn't know anything about him? Because
have we seen him a little bit before?
Right, and I don't think that we have. I looked up his name as far as the credits, didn't see him anywhere else. So as far as right now, I'm assuming he was more, not last minute ad, but just this episode ad. But like you said, I would have liked to know, could we have kind of known? Because we know it's been a year jump for her as well. It's like it's been a year jump for the liars.
But how do you have a relationship in Willoughby? What is it called?
Welby. Yeah, so I mean, but is that even from that? Is this a past relationship that we knew long before Welby? I kind of wanted to know more about that, how that worked. And then I wanted to know, do the girls know? Because, I mean, it should have hit them, and at some point, because I would like to think at some point Spencer probably, even if she didn't want a relationship with Mary and
she tried to reach out to
I would have liked to think she would have known where they were, would have wanted to, all of them for peace of mind. Are they in jail?
But this way, think of it this way. Technically, Mona just went back to France probably like that next day.
No, I know that part. No, I know that. I'm just saying in the sense of, I would think at this point, all the girls want peace of mind knowing these people are dead, they're locked up, we know where they are. So it was kind of like, too, do the girls know where Mona is? And then on top of that, do they know that Mona technically at this point has basically, she gets her happy ending in the sense of she gets her dolls. We just don't happen to care much about these dolls, so we're all fine with you playing teacups and whatnot with them compared to playing it with our liars. You know what I mean? So for me, that was more so what I was, so that's more so what I was thinking about. Like, I wanted a little bit more context later about the Mona and the cop who allegedly probably wasn't even a real cop. Mona and this guy who kind of helped her orchestrate getting Alex and Mary Drake in France to this dollhouse. And I wanted to know kind of how the girls and Mona left.
Well, my thing is, I want to know, is he okay with her crazy ass?
Well, I think that goes back into that goes back into the context, too.
Is he okay with the fact that she got 2 people locked up?
But that's what I would want to know, because I feel like we know more about him and their relationship than we probably understand more about how he looks at this whole situation. In the same way, like I said, I kind of want to know where the girls left, because like we said, we had this key moment with the girls where Hannah feels betrayed, because Mona, once again, you were lying to me. Again, it seems to be for a good cause, but you were lying to me. And then, of course, like I said, after the whole bunker, we just skip to the wedding. Mona's in France, and that's it. So it's just kind of like, well, where did the girls leave with Mona? And where did Hannah and Mona kind of leave at this point? And then again, do they kind of know about what's going on? So I think that would have been, I think as far as aftermath, we wanted Toby and Spencer. We wanted the girls, as well as their families, maybe reacting to this big final AD reveal, making sure Spencer's okay, but at the same time just being like, holy crap, wow. Think about all this, because now it's finally supposed to be done. We're going into our happy ending. I would have wanted to see that. I wanted to get a Mona, again, more Mona details about this whole bunker, the guy, all these different things. So I think in the aftermath, we could have got that. That would have been amazing.
I definitely agree. I didn't need that A-list party.
Yeah, so let's talk about that, because as much as I love the A-list party, me and you both agree. We had different opinions about the finale. I love the first hour finale, I love the second hour. The problem was I wanted the A-list party to not happen because I wanted my aftermath scenes that we just talked about.
Right.
And then there were some added scenes that me and you both agreed on
That we needed
maybe before the whole AD reveal or
Right.
in between all of this that's been going on the 2-hour finale. We kind of wanted a 3-hour finale, at least maybe a 2.5-hour finale.
I said for me was more so the first hour was cool. Like,
Yeah.
I get they had to build up. I'm not a sensitive type of person.
No, I'm a sensitive.
She's like all in that mushy stuff. I'm not. So I could have dealt with the mushy for the first 20 minutes and then we go straight into the action. You know what I mean, homeboy? But no, they wanted this hour long, 45 minutes.
Right, yeah, that's
45 minutes.
Right.
Yep, this 45 minutes of lovey-dovey. Hannah wants to be pregnant. I will say I appreciated the innocent scenes. I appreciated those.
I'm about to say you cannot not appreciate the.
That's why I said, let me say this. I appreciate the innocent.
Come on, get my innocent.
Those were great, but I could have done without the Addison.
Oh yeah, I think we agreed.
Yes.
Addison. The whole Addison, every scene with Addison, unless they are going to do a spinoff, and maybe they are because we know that they did film a spinoff for Perfectionist. A pilot for Perfectionist. It has not been greenlit yet by Freeform, just like Marlene King revealed that Janelle and Sasha allegedly shot a pilot for a brand new show as well. I don't think it has anything to do with Pretty Little Liars, but they shot a pilot. It just hasn't been greenlit yet. So again, if you're gonna do a spinoff maybe for Perfectionist, or even do another version of Rosewood type thing, okay, fine. But if you're not those scenes, I didn't need those.
Need it.
I did not need Addison at all.
I didn't need, especially even at the end.
Yeah, definitely
Didn't need that.
That didn't need that.
So
we could have
those
a
are the
Toby
things
scene or something there.
right, amazing, right. So those are things I could have done without.
Right, as where with me, I was okay with, and the reason it wasn't, and you know, as she says, I do like the mushy.
She's so sensitive.
I am so sensitive. I'm a Taurus, okay? So
I'm
a woman and I'm a Taurus. Come on.
That makes so
much sense. I am a woman and I'm a Taurus.
I would never date a Taurus ever again.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. You don't know what you're missing.
I'm pretty sure I'm okay.
But yeah, well, no, let me say,
men.
Taurus men, yeah, but Taurus women, we are totally different breed. Taurus men, yeah.
See, we get along.
Yeah, we get along. Yeah,
but I would, Taurus man, I would never date.
Oh no, I don't blame you. No, I rarely date Taurus men. So no, I'm with you.
I don't date Leos either.
I'm with you there. I don't date Leos. I'm friends with Leos though. But nevertheless, you know, for me, I like the sensitive moments. But what I was telling her, and I think I mentioned this earlier, what I liked about the jump was it kind of showed a little bit of growth in each person.
Yeah.
I like to see Emerson being a family. It was nice to see that. Yeah, it was cute to see the babies, but it was just nice to finally see Allison and Emily be close, to see the intimate looks, to see the joking in the sense of, you know, the group as a whole. I love the group moments at the Lost Woods Resort and them around the fire, because to me that's what we have been waiting for a long time to see, because we said for years it's always been too far in between, because it seems like every time somebody's house is getting blown up or cops are coming to your door. So to get these nice intimate moments with individuals and then as a group was really, really nice to see. And then it was just nice to see kind of where everybody was. Where are Arya and Ezra at this point?
Which is so weird, like Ezra hanging out with his high school students. Like, oh God.
That's always going to be weird. I don't care what anybody says. That's always going to be weird. I don't care what anybody says. That's always going to be weird. But it was nice to see those moments. And then, like I said, from a Spencer standpoint, it was great, because it just was really great to see Spencer be Spencer. Because, like I said, I feel like for her and probably Allison, it's always just been so tough for them. It's always something with them. It's always, whether it's their families, whether it's dealing with the girls, their significant others, and it was like she just seems so happy. Seeing Allison so happy, even though Haley was kind of going through some rough patches with not only the pregnancy, but then her bringing Mona back. It was still just nice to see, okay, well, you know what, this is first year marriage. You're going to have some issues. And then you got Arya and Ezra, where they have these new kind of lives. Now their book might be turning into a movie. They're about to take this giant step. So it was good to see kind of the growth, but also some of the downsides now of these friendships and these relationships.
As you can see, you can definitely see Hannah being very, somewhat jealous of them talking about their wedding, talking about their honeymoon, and Hannah's like, well, we still haven't got one.
Right, and I kind of wanted more details about that, because it was kind of like, you know, we have this scene where they talk about, well, we were doing so well, Hannah. Your line is finally doing well. I sold my software to Lucas. We bought the law. Like, he seemed like his whole mindset was, we're doing good, and now all of a sudden this is coming up. And it was kind of like, then it seems like, no, this is long before Mona or maybe this has just been going on since the whole thing. Mona went and got, you know, you guys have been doing good, but maybe you're not doing good. Maybe good in sense of financially secure, your careers are going well, but maybe y'all not doing good emotionally and personally. So I think, like we said, I was fine with the first hour, and then I love the second hour. I just wanted like at least an extra 30 minutes to an hour. That's why I said the A-list rap party could have just been on the DVD later for me, because then we could have got the aftermath that we talked about before, and then we could have got a lot of the added scenes, because like we said, we wanted a couple scenes. One scene in particular we said as much as we love seeing Allison and Pam, we wanted to see Pam and Emily.
Thank you. Like, that's all I'm saying. Like, I really, because I've always appreciated the growth of Pam and Emily's relationship. You know, from first season to what? Third season. It was the third season.
When Pam became okay?
With Samara.
With Samara, second.
Okay. Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah, second. Oh no, you're good.
Yeah,
no, second.
Second. And then even when
first and second,
and then even when Maya came back,
in second season, and seeing that growth, and then by the time Paige and her were there, she seemed completely fine with Paige. And then once Wayne died, we knew that relationship changed, because now it wasn't, because we always said Emily and her father always seemed to have a close relationship. Her father was a little less judgmental, seemed to just love Emily for who she is. That's where the mother loved her daughter but couldn't always take certain things about her daughter, particularly being gay. To see the growth of that, and even to see the way Pam handled once Emily's truth kind of came out, that she had, you know, failed out of school, lost her scholarship. It was kind of like
one of my favorite scenes of them, which we haven't even seen a mother and daughter get drunk together.
Yes, when they were at the Radley and for her mother's birthday,
and Pam, she told Pam it's okay to have fun.
Yeah, I love that scene. I love seeing Pam loosen up and to then be with two women who had just gotten married, to see that moment, and then her having friendships. Like, I just talked to Stacy, and she's invited me to book club, but I can't tell Amy because she's not invited. And I just love Emily being like like I'm so happy, and then just seeing her dancing, and it was just kind of like to go from these moments. And I love her and Allison, because I've always felt like that's always going to be a different relationship, because Allison has been with her daughter for years, even if it wasn't romantic, just as a friend. And we also know that
Allison's her first love.
Yeah, and she knows that Allison was Emily, because as she said, remember when Allison first came back, Pam had Allison and Hannah, because remember Hannah ends up getting drunk and making some snide comments, but she ends up asking Emily after the dinner, you know, I kind of wanted to see you two together. I always wondered, was it possible that you had feelings for her? And she was like, I did, but she didn't return them. And she's like, well, what about now? She's like, I'm trying to figure it out. And it's like, some years later, they have finally figured it out. So it was beautiful to see those scenes with Pam kind of basically being there with Alice, in the sense of, I want to know she's taken care of, I want to know that she has family, blah blah blah.
And they could have definitely elaborated a little bit more that she wasn't dying.
Yeah, because that was the other thing with the Pam thing, we kind of wanted confirmation, because when we have this cryptic scene with her basically saying, you know, I told you I'll always be there for her and all this, and it's always kind of like, okay, well Pam, are you dying, or is this
like, literally losing 2 periods?
You know, or is this an over dramatic way of you just saying, I want to make sure no matter what happens to me today, tomorrow, next year, 20 years from now, I want to know that she will be okay, because I know how she fell apart after her father died, and after I leave this world, whether again it be today, 2 years from now, 30 years from now, I want to make sure she's okay.
Definitely.
So I thought it was an over dramatic way, because they never confirmed she was dying. I think it was just an over dramatic way of saying, I want to make sure my baby has family and is loved and will be here and will be okay no matter what. And that was Allison basically in so many words confirming the sense of, I'm not just telling you, I'm telling you I want to make this woman a part of my life permanently, and that means making her my wife. So I love those scenes. I just wanted to see more of Emily and her mother. And then I wanted to see also Emily, Allison, and the girls all kind of together. We kind of got that real quick scene when she brings one of the babies in, and the baby's crying at the and the girls are getting changed. And after that, it was kind of like, no, I really want to see this nice family, because this is kind of the Fields, De Laurentiis family now. And I kind of would have loved to see that. For
I would have too. That was another one. Another one I would have wanted, because you know I love Ella and Aria's relationship.
Yes.
I love their relationship just because they've been through a lot.
Yeah, they have.
Really. So I rather, and then that's like your daughter's wedding.
Yeah, to not have the Ella Aria scene.
Like even if it's like helping Aria somewhat getting dressed before we find out, you know, Ezra's
missing,
or even her going to her mother and it's like, hey, I can't have kids.
Yeah, I think it would have been
like that. That would have been great, wonderful, all of that. So I was very disappointed I didn't get that scene.
I was disappointed about that either.
Even though, like, I appreciate Byron, because we didn't really see him as much in 7.
Yeah, we didn't really see him at all.
But I was okay with that, because that wasn't like a... I I've
never been a Byron fan.
That's
so
true.
I love Chad Lowe plays Byron.
Yeah,
but
that's
I don't
true.
care anything about Byron.
Like I said, I could appreciate it, like that's cool, but I'd rather have my mother there when I'm talking about my husband and not show up for my wedding.
Exactly. And I think, like you said, just because of all they have been through, Ella, and because we got the closure in the sense of Byron and Ezra, because I did like that scene because Ezra, as he said, has always kind of been like, I'm not really sure, I didn't come to you for a blessing, because honestly I didn't think I was going to get it, because I feel like you guys have never, no matter how old Arya gets and whatnot, you guys have never accepted this relationship. And I like
they shouldn't have.
And you know, but I think more so, obviously in high school I understood this was serious, but now that this girl has been grown for years, hell, we even went our separate ways for years, and then we found our way back. Well, she's clearly over the legal age now, and you still, I just never knew. And I did like Byron saying, you know, it took us a while, and yeah, you know, this wasn't simple, this was always complicated, but we do feel happy. But like you said, to get those type of moments with Arya, even Arya and her mom being like, Ma, you remember when you couldn't stand him, or when you were so hurt, do you remember, you know, how this was? Like you said, for the baby conversation, yeah, it was nice to see Ezra be there for her, but it would have been nice to see her and Ella have that conversation. And definitely, like you said, when Byron comes and sits down next to her telling her, you know, we don't know where he is, that should have been Ella.
Yeah.
So I agree. Would have been great to get an Ella Arya scene, just like would have been great to get some Emily Pam scenes. And I really want to see all the moms together too.
I did.
One final thing, because we got Veronica, Ella, and Ashley, but Pam was supposed to be at this point, we assume, talking to Allison still, maybe out somewhere talking about the proposal, blah, blah, blah. But it would have been nice to see Pam kind of get involved in that conversation. And I just love the moms in general.
I'd rather, instead of Ashley saying Pam didn't drink for a year, I'd rather it have been Pam saying,
right, exactly.
I didn't drink for a year after that. Like, that stuff would be a little bit more appreciative in my mind.
No, I agree. And I would have loved to just see the moms, and this kind of goes back to even in the aftermath, but even we didn't get in the aftermath, just seeing kind of like a full family. You know, we kind of got I love seeing all the girls with their significant others, with the exception of Spencer and Toby, who were just, you know, just friends, just seeing everybody there. I love that look. But I would have loved, after all this stuff that these families have been through together, because you guys are affected by what happens to your daughters.
Definitely.
It would have been nice just to see everybody kind of be there, to see the intimate moments between Emerson and be laughing and being like, oh, they're so cute. You know, to see maybe Halo having these back and forth, and you're over here like, what the heck is wrong with y'all? You know what I mean? It would have been nice to get those family moments, to see Spencer, because I could definitely see, I even like the look, I don't know if people caught it, I even like the look when Toby and Spencer are talking. And these are things I would like to elaborate on if we could, they didn't have enough time. When Spencer and Toby are talking outside of the, you know, wherever they had the reception,
I think I know where you're getting at, because I know.
I love when, you know, obviously Veronica comes down when they're having this whole thing, you know, about limerence and what it means, and they looked it up. He's like, it's like an unrequited love and blah, 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 blah. And then Veronica interrupts rudely, all drunk. But if you notice, while Ella is obviously having trouble walking down the stairs, I love the look Ashley gives Toby and Spencer. Because she doesn't seem to be too drunk. She seems to be kind of more so like mellow, like maybe buzz, as where Ella's like, you know, watch it. I call shotgun, and you got Veronica's like, hi Toby, you know. Ashley seemed to be a little bit more like I'm buzzed, but I like the way that she kind of looks at Spencer and Toby in the sense of maybe something's happening there again. And I think, you know, again, all these mothers care not just about their daughters, they care about these girls. Because these girls are kind of an extension of their family. Like, you're my sister. We've seen Ashley take in Emily. We've seen the girls spend night. We've seen Veronica take in other girls. You know, we've always seen it. Veronica's given legal advice to every girl in this crew. So it's kind of like, guys, let's keep it real. These are extensions. So to see that family element, just like we saw the liars and their significant others and friends, would have been just as amazing to get the family, especially like at the reception, to just kind of all be out. Like, can you believe this? I would have probably preferred it in the aftermath, but even we got it in the earlier part, would have been amazing. I would have loved to see
most of the added-ons we would have liked in the aftermath, or even just during the episodes, because like those are things we need as fans. Because we're so invested in their lives, these fake lives.
These fictional lives. Right, of these characters.
That we need those little moments. We need the moments with like all the moms talking about how they got out of the basement. Not even like going in details, but even just be like, you remember how we got out of there? And even Pam, like I said, Pam be like, shh.
Even Pam coming up in that moment like, I remember I didn't drink for a year. And then just throwing another one back. It would have just been hilarious to see that.
Those are the moments you appreciate as a fan standpoint, because it's like they came back. Just like the mirroring in a lot of the episodes, how they do certain scenes. I love how they always, every couple has that one song. that, well, it's like a different song, but it's their song.
Yeah.
You know, so those things we appreciate. So we're gonna appreciate those little moments.
Yeah.
Of the families and all that.
Yeah, just to see the girls like even reacting with the twins. We barely see that. It's like, you know, we see Emily and Allison interacting with their children, but it was like, can we see Spencer being kind of like Auntie Spencer? Because at this point we assume, like we said, Spencer has probably been the closest to the girls.
Right.
In the sense of now, because her and Allison have been rebuilding the Lost Woods. We know Spencer and Allison seem to have gotten closer, and she seems to be the one who's kind of stagnant in Rosewood right now. So just to even see the kind of the girls react with the babies, you know, and everything like that, it just would have been so, like you said, those little points, they make such an impact for fans like us. Now some fans are like, we don't care, we don't need any of it. And you got other people like us who are like, yeah, as much as we love the mystery and we love the first part, for me the mushy and the growth of these characters, it would have been nice to even get some more added scenes. And that's where that hour that they gave to the A-list rap party could have come in. So we could have got the aftermath that we wanted and all of these great heartfelt scenes in the aftermath, but then we could have got some more scenes in between as we lead up to this big reveal.
Yeah. One big shout out that we have to give to the two characters that definitely need their recognition is Jenna and the horse.
The horse for sure. Because I like how the horse was like, look, I may be bashful, but I ain't stupid.
Nah, bro,
you are not my owner. You are not Spencer. Okay, you're not even Toby. Back up.
Bye.
And freaking reared his house like, yeah, go and give her a good smack. But that would have probably put her out for a while. But nevertheless, I love that. I was like, thank you.
Okay.
The horse is smarter than these friends have been for years. I love it. I love it. It took the horse 7 seconds. It took the friends 7 years. I was like, oh my God, that's your best friend right there, Spencer.
If we think about this.
Oh Lord, she want to break down. She want to break
I
down.
have to. She came back.
She's pulling me. This is how you know I'm rubbing off on her.
This is about 6 years that the twins. Not even. It was probably like 3 years. It took them 3 years to know the difference between Spencer and her twin. You know, because the twin came first time we kind of see the appearance of the twin.
See how I'm rubbing off on her? Normally this would be me breaking this down. So this is how you know we've been around each other for a minute, because she is breaking it down, y'all.
Because the moment we would have seen the twin is when she's talking to Hannah.
Right.
So Hannah's dumbass probably should have realized this bitch don't got bangs.
Right.
But whatever.
But she's disoriented, been electrocuted. So she's like, I think I saw Spencer in a dream.
Whatever.
But nevertheless, big shout out to the horse. But also a big shout out to Jenna.
Because it definitely, like I said, Jenna has hated Spencer probably more than she hated Allie, or just as much.
I think just as much.
And
or I think she might still have a little bit more for Allie. But go ahead.
Yeah. Allie blinded her. Let's not forget.
Yeah.
But no, Spencer took Toby from her.
Yeah.
She always challenged her, no matter what. She didn't care if she was blind. And Jenna was always like her top pick of. You know, she's dark. And for Jenna to call Toby. She didn't have to. She could just let that go. Calls Toby, was like, Spencer's not Spencer. And what I loved is it goes back to when she's going after Addison. She's like, I can still smell bitch. Just like with that, she smelled a different scent of Spencer.
Well, I think that's always been the underrated thing about Jenna is, you know, everybody makes these jokes like even when everybody thought she allegedly shot Spencer at the time, and she was like, is that you, Spencer? I can smell your blood. You know, we joke like, okay, Edward Cullen. Okay, you know, like, okay, it's not Twilight. But it's like, no, you really do have to admire, even though obviously it's a fictional character, there are people like that. Like I said, their senses are heightened because they can't see. So it is something special that she can literally tell from a scent. Yeah, I know who's in front of me. Things that normally we wouldn't care about, like somebody's ringtone, matters to her because that's how I can identify somebody maybe from 20 feet away and know, hey, I think that's Aria over here to my right because I just heard her ringtone. Those things are amazing, and for that to be kind of the moment that Jenna figures it out is dope. And I think the main thing that I really liked is, we talk about the growth of the girls, but let's talk about the growth of Jenna, because as you said, Jenna has, even though nothing that anybody does, from Mona to Jenna to the Charlottes, no matter what wrong has been done to you by these girls, doesn't excuse you putting them in deadly situations or torturing them or anything like that. But when you think about Jenna and everything she's been through, we always said we think the reason Jenna is the way she is because of what happened to her, because Allie threw this bomb in there or whatever, and it, you know, obviously caused her to lose her eyesight. Jenna has really shown growth to the point where now she can be in a school and be here and help these girls with life skills.
She's the life skills
coach, or life skills teacher, and even seeing the growth of her and Allison in the sense of when she walks like I thought you were the mean girl after she goes past Addison, and even Allison having this smile like, you know, I know she makes a hell of a life skills teacher, but that girl still creeps me out. There's a mutual respect there, I think. Like, we've all been through it, some of our own natural doing, some of it we've caused each other, but we've all grown in adults, and let's stop being petty and let's stop trying to scare the crap out of each other. And I think after her last operation didn't work, as Alex revealed to Spencer, that she actually revealed she had paid for Jenna's second surgery to try to see if she could see again. I think she's kindly come to peace that I'm not going to see again. And her thing is, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. Now it's time for me to accept I can't see. Stop being vengeful. Even though we don't get a chance to hear Jenna say that, I think that was her way. Even though she was talking to Alex, I think she truly believed when she said, maybe you can get Toby to stick around. I think she really means that in her own way, because I think she knows at the end of the day, Toby does really love Spencer. No matter what would have happened with Yvonne if she had lived, there was always going to be a love there for Toby and Spencer, and I think she does want to see Toby happy, because as weird as their relationship was, I do think she genuinely
is a rapist.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know,
like, let's put it right there.
So no matter what, I still think she cares for Toby. It's in a weird, ugly way, but she does still care
most rapists still care,
you know, care about Toby in the sense of the way she cared about him and how she still wanted to see him happy. It's just weird how she went about it. But to see the growth of Jenna was, I thought, dope. And that's why, like I said, to kind of have her be the one that tells Toby, I don't think Spencer is Spencer, it just shows the growth of her as well. Just like we talk about the growth of Allison, the growth of these girls, we have to talk about the growth of Jenna as well. So I thought that was a neat little bow on Jenna's kind of ending, for sure.
And I loved it. I loved the fact that those were the two characters that kind of started to know. Like I said, I'm glad I wanted Toby to figure it out. I believe I told you that. But I'm just happy that, you know, someone figured it out in time.
Yeah, somebody figured it out in time. Like we said, if we had had an extra hour instead of maybe the A-list rap party right after, we probably would have been a little bit more happier, because we would have got the aftermath scenes that we talked about earlier, as well as some of the add-in scenes we wanted maybe just in the episode in general. So that is it for us. This is our bittersweet ending, at least on the finale recap. Shavonna's so sad.
I know.
So this is the end for us as far as the recap is concerned in the finale. But we are going to do one final PLL video, because as Shavonna said, she has written many letters to Marlene King.
Write me back, girl. We can work some things out.
But for us, we also still, like you guys, you know, we happen to love finale. I know some people loved it just like we did. Some people liked it. Some people hated it. But we still have questions and concerns that we kind of want to bring up to you guys and see if you guys maybe found answers we didn't, or maybe you guys have the same questions and concerns for Marlene like we have.
We can talk about it.
And we can talk about it. So we're going to do maybe one final PLL video where it'll be kind of like the questions and concerns we have and we want answered.
Ooh, and leave questions that you want us to ask online or answer for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll make sure we input your Twitter or your social media.
Yeah, so that way we can say, hey, so if you do have questions or anything you're confused about, good point, Shavonna, then we can definitely answer. Yeah,
it just came right here.
I like that. Just came off the noggin. I like that. But yeah, we can definitely answer those questions. So be sure if you have questions that you're like, I don't understand how this happened, or I'm still confused, and maybe you don't want to go back. We live for going back.
Live for it.
We live for, especially you know, me, because I just really she thinks I'm obsessive for real.
I think she is, but it's okay.
But it's okay. So
because she catches things I will never catch.
that's why we're here. We what did we give ourselves? Lorvana. Yeah. Lorvana. So you know, we said we're basically like Team Spanna. I'm Spencer. She's Hannah. So you know, that's our name. We're Lorvana, and she's the Hannah to my Spencer.
That makes me so happy.
That makes you
say it. It just makes me happy.
Makes us so happy.
But yes, thank you guys so much for interacting with us. We read your comments all the time. If you guys want to talk to us or follow us on our social media, because like we don't just do Pretty Little Liars, we'll do more stuff for you guys. If there's shows that you want us to watch, we'll go back and check them out and see, like, hey,
yeah, you know, absolutely. And that's kind of thing. We don't want this to be the last time. Just because PLL is over, we don't want these last few videos to be the last ones you see of us. So if you do have shows that you're interested in us recapping, like we did Pretty Little Liars, please let us know. We're also into doing movie reviews possibly as well. So we want to kind of just hear from you.
Definitely.
Again, so if there are movies or there are TV shows, whether they're brand new TV shows that have been on for a couple seasons, we can always talk about possibly doing some reviews for it. And then me and Shavonna are actually going to brainstorm a little bit off camera and also think about some shows, and we can bring them them to you. So again, leave all these different things in the comments so we can hear what you guys have to say, and we'll kick it off from there.
Yeah, one last thing, you can definitely follow us on all our social media accounts just to see what we're doing on a daily basis, because we don't just do YouTube videos and recaps, we actually work for a radio station. So we do a lot of fun stuff, and we want you guys to stay a part of this with us.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you guys so much for following us on this journey with PLL. We hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as we have. Again, don't forget we got one more video coming your way, so be sure to leave your questions, comments, and concerns for PLL that you want Marlene to answer as well. So
because I'll put it all in my letters, because
so
she's gonna respond.
One day. So yeah, be sure to do all of that, and again, let us know what TV shows that you want us maybe to review moving forward, and possibly some movies as well. So guys, keep in touch with us. We thank you guys so much, and don't worry, we will see you guys soon.
Very soon, in like 2 days.
All right. Bye guys.
Bye.